So even if you guys are creating apps, can you think of people in your space who you can do some exchange with that are small guys? Just
let me piggyback off that. I think you segued perfectly into the apps. So many folks on here sell apps. So think about this for a minute. We've talked about build it in advance strategies. What I really love about this is there are people that target a certain audience of dentists, or target an audience of chiropractors, or they target an audience of XYZers, right? And so since you know that all of them may want apps, this is the old lead source scenario, really is what it is. Instead of just the lead source where they're giving you phone numbers and leads, this is where they can do some micro influencer work on all the platforms, not just Instagram, also Facebook, also LinkedIn, also all the other platforms, right? I think it's a great strategy. And again, we're looking for people whose target audience is who we want to sell apps to. That's who we're looking for. Micro influencers that target our ideal audience. That's a great tie-in.
And honestly, it's just really about what it really comes down to is this: how bad do you want it? How many people are you willing to go after to try and get them to say a word about your company? What can you give them in exchange for a little shout out? What's the thing that can get, you know what I mean, that get you beyond just like the big dogs in your space? Can you go much farther and deeper? And, you know, again, these are big numbers. People are starting to go micro influencers because the big influencers are becoming a pain to reach out to or interact with or whatever. They're much more complicated, you know, whatever it is. It's just another opportunity. And so that's what that's what they do now. You know, that's their big takeaway. So anyways.
I love it. It's the whole like leverage. Leverage is the key word I take away here, because you're leveraging all of their audiences.
Exactly. Anyway, so I thought that was kind of fun. Just a little bit of a different twist on what everybody already knows. You already know about influencers. Alex Mandossian, you know who that is, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we hung out at one of the traffic conversion houses. He came out and we had a great mastermind together. This was probably like 5 years ago now.
Yeah, I've known Alex long time. I was in the Bay Area for years, and he has a company, and he lives in Northern California. That guy's amazing, right? He's been in the marketing business forever. He was the Telesummit guy. That's what he was for years and years. Anyways, his takeaway, which I thought was kind of cool, was he makes an extra 6 to 7 figures a year doing this one thing. What he does is he looks at all his vendors and everyone who's associated with him. And then he puts together masterminds for them. Why? Because what he does is he puts them all in a room, charges them 20 to 50K or more to be part of this group where they all have the same clientele, but they're not competing with one another. And they're all in a room, and then they're all just kind of working together. And his job is to make sure each one of them is helping each other out because they all have the same clientele and so forth. And he's charging between 20 to 50K or more per person. It's an extra 6 to 7 figures a year just by finding your vendors. So the software you use, you know what I mean? The systems you use, anything you can think of. Like in my case, companies who do UPC codes and some companies who do whatever it is for products, consumer products, you can do it for any business whatsoever, right? So you guys are doing apps, right? Maybe the developers and then this and what other types of things that other people are doing out there. And that will just help you in any business. So
that's incredible.
Yeah. So it was kind of fun. He was talking about leverage, just create the longest list possible of anyone you've ever interacted with for anything, your email marketing, whatever. They're all looking for leads. They're all looking for your audience, and they're all trying to generate money and scale. Sorry, just spilled some water here. So that's what I thought was kind of interesting, and he makes a bunch of cash on it, and a lot of people are doing it in his little world. So he does his own.
Well, and you could do it in all niches. Like you could do this in every niche.
Exactly. So
bring all your vendors together, you charge them all to get into that room. You help facilitate the exchange of ideas because they're all targeting the same audience. That's brilliant.
You're all going after the same audience, and you just need a little bit of support. And so you guys are helping one another. But also,
I see what you came to do today.
What?
You came to drop the mic a few times throughout the night. I see.
Well,
that's a big one. I'm already thinking like who I can pull together in my world, charge them to do it. I mean, it's just, that's a brilliant idea.
So can I get a clarification? So are you saying, like, if you were in the dentist niche, for instance, that he would have a seminar where he would bring in the people that supply the drills and that kind of vendor?
But that seminar is small, closed mastermind like our masterminds, Patty, like 10 or less, right?
Right. And all the dentists, the people that buy or need drills, will learn all the newest things about drills and stuff like, is that what you're talking about, Karen?
It could go any which way you want. So
the dentists aren't in the room. Only the vendors that all go after dentists, they're all strategizing about ways to go after more dentists together. And what Alex did is put those 12 vendors in a room and charged them all to do it. And they leave with great ideas and strategies and shared deals and all kinds of stuff, maybe joint venture deals. Then they go out and market to all the dentists.